What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the All Around. I'm your gracious host, Dr. Anthony. Please tune in on Mondays at 6 p.m. for your entertainment purposes. We will hit current topics, old topics, and everything else in between. Be there or be square. Deuces, my loves.
Hi, welcome to another great episode of the All Around. I'm your gracious host, Dr. Anthony, and we have some exciting topics that we're going to discuss tonight. And we also have the beautiful Miss Ida B in the house and my producer, Mark Lee. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring out the gracious, the beautiful, the talented Miss Ida Bullock. How are you?
Hey everybody! I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Don't you? I feel like I'm ready to interview. You look like you at the Emmys. Oh my God. You're doing it and it's not too much. It's oh my God. I would want you to be my school teacher because you look like you're smart, you're beautiful, and you're good. And I feel like you the better version of the help. Look at you. When I was growing up, we never had cute teachers like you. We had the old ones that had the paddles and said, "Be quiet," and they never smiled. Look at you.
Oh,
Well, I'm
thank
excited
you
to be
so
here.
much.
I got on my wig. This is my new Amazon wig. People, how you doing?
I
And I got
need
my
one.
yes, girl.
Yes,
I
I
got this
need
for
one.
$15 off of Amazon. I feel like the young lady from Thriller, you Michael Jackson. She had the Jerry curl. I feel like I'm going way back. So yeah,
Oh, you going way back. So
yeah.
this is
But
my
life.
advice for the day from work. So I had to dress for this afternoon. We are actually getting ready to do the senior award ceremony. So once
Oh,
I'm done here, I have to go back downstairs and get ready to go present awards to our seniors who are
oh,
graduating on Thursday. So
oh.
please excuse me. Um, please excuse me that I'm at work doing the show and I do
Makes
apologize because normally, I'm at home in my
with
studio.
your backtrack and
With
stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
I
look
do
at there.
apologize. So let's go ahead and bring out Mark so we can hit
Why are
these.
we apologizing? There's nothing wrong with looking sharp and being like you
Yes.
at the
It's
Grammys or the
not even
Oscars or
that.
something like that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I do have
Yeah.
a quick question for you because we were talking earlier before you got here, and one of them was
Yes.
what advice you would give to graduating seniors, and I know you'll be giving some advice, and other people will be giving advice. But I was telling Ida before you got here that there is a very rich man that apparently likes his sisters a to have a little shade because and to have a little flavor. And I know that you have agreed that they like flavor anyway. But one of the richest men in the world is Jeff Bezos, and apparently Jeff Bezos is divorced from previous wives, and now he is apparently engaged to a member of the Latin Society. So couldn't maybe quite get a sister, so he's gotten with this Latin young lady who is a TV anchor and all in that space. So I just wondered, does this mean that Jeff is going to have a little bit more sympathy for those in the African American community as he goes and makes all of this wonderful money and everything? Because Jeff has decided that he wanted to get a little bit of flavor in his life.
Okay, so two things you said. Let's go ahead and unpack what you said. So advice to the seniors and Jeff Bezos dating a woman of color. Let me attack Jeff Bezos real quick. Well, I mean, most people they don't really go after, like black women. Some feel intimidated, so they will go after. I'm sorry, my lights just went off because I'm not moving. So they will go after, Latinos, Asians, and things because they feel like they are easier to, I guess, attain and conquer. So maybe that's probably his thing why he actually didn't go after a sister. Who knows? Their minds are so twisted anyway. It's kind of hard to conceptualize their thought processes when it comes to like dating, because a lot of them fetishize black women, and it's not the fact that they want to actually be with the black woman in long speaking long term and longevity. It's just the fetishization of the black woman, and that may spew them trying to talk to someone, a person of color. So two, let's talk about the graduates. When I graduated, I'm just going to speak from my personal experience. When I graduated, I listened to a lot of people and I did not do what I wanted to do, basically. So for me, my advice to the current graduates will, live your life. If it's something that you want to do it. If it's something that you want to try it. Even if you don't succeed, try again. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start over. Life is about enjoying things, experiencing stuff. We learn from our mistakes, so you learn from your mistakes. Let it be a learning moment, not a place where you stay and not a place where you dwell, but let it be something that you learn from, so you can excel and move to the next level. And like I said, if it's something that you want to do it. I mean, because like when I was younger, I wanted to I've always wanted to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, right? So I did. So listening to other people, oh, that's not a field that you should go into. That's not something that you should do, yada, yada, yada. I never got a chance to, explore that particular option in my life. I didn't do it. And I also wanted to model. And so modeling was kind of secondary to completing school. So I didn't do it when I thought I should have done it. But I mean, I'm still into it now. And I've had some opportunities or whatever. So it's just delayed, not denied. So just do whatever you want to do. If it's something that your heart is set on, do it. You only live one life. And, it's either you're going to live it and enjoy it, or, live and be dead inside. So
That makes a lot of sense. Well, there was a great graduate. Definitely want to hear from Ida, but there was a
yeah.
powerful speech that was given by a actress of a note. And so I know that you love it when we roll up film. So Cheryl Lee Ralph gave a heartfelt speech on Mother's Day. So I think we're going to hear what Cheryl Lee Ralph had to say as she delivered this speech, and what her thoughts were about graduation and what the graduates are about to face. So let's roll.
In the fall of 1972, I became one of 400 teenage women chosen to form the first freshman class of women to break the gender barrier and usher co-education. I could have just imagined what it was like when you all first came here to the campus as freshmen. I mean, everything just looked so rosy and bright, and then our country and the world took a tragic and difficult turn. Kobe died, George Floyd was killed, and then the world stopped. And everything changed when COVID-19 reared its ugly red spiked head and shut down the world. But you stayed the course. You never gave up. You found your way. You kept on studying. You kept doing the work, and you are here on graduation day. Take care of yourself. Take care of your physical, spiritual, and mental self. Do not be afraid to give yourself a checkup from the neck up. Take time every day to look in the mirror and love what you see. Respect it, empower it, encourage it, be kind to it. Because the better you can be to yourself, the better you can be to everyone else, and you really matter. Now, above all, whatever you do, I want you to find your joy. Not your mother's joy, not your father's joy, not anybody else's joy, but your joy. Hold on to it. Wrap yourselves in it. Live in it, because that is the key to a happy life.
So what do you think?
Okay.
I mean, I think she touched upon some good points. Talking about addressing the pandemic and what the students had to endure, and what the students had to go through, and things like that or whatever. But she She didn't mention the educators behind those students who had to also endure and who had to also, make adjustments for those students, and who had to also, do things to make sure that our students succeeded. She didn't give a shout out to them, but I mean, overall, I think her message was positive, and she did, touch upon, the mental health capacity of it. I mean, because at the end of the day, if you're not mentally prepared and you're not mentally adept, and you're not taking care of you, how can you take somebody, take care of somebody else? So, basically she, just spewing out that, loving yourself, taking care of you is the most important, which it is. It's the most important, because if you're not taking care of yourself, and you're, you're trying to take care of somebody else, the weight of all that can, it can be crippling. It can, it can hurt you in the long run. So, I mean, at the end of the day, loving on you and taking care of you, that's the most important key. Ida?
I totally agree. I love Shirley Ralph for her dimples. I've been loving her since back in the day, and I think she was like you said, she went somewhat politically straight. I think my favorite one have always been the Denzel Washington graduate. He talked about how he failed at many things in life, including college, and I think um, what I think where the people when they graduate, so much emphasis is put on the finish line of graduating from high school, and it's a rite of passage to adulthood. It's almost like a cliffhanger. It becomes a burden. Right around the 10th grade, people start asking you what you want to be. And we sort of compel these people to tell us what they want to be. And like you said, if we don't like your answer, we begin to create our own answer for you. And I think if you have came from I have seen people that did what their parents told them to do. The Asian and the Jewish community is very strong in I'm a doctor, you're going to be a doctor. And I think sometimes that can be difficult. I have two nieces and nephew graduating, and the one going off to college. Everybody saying rah rah rah, and I said, Dre, what is going on with you? I said, whatever you do, I'm going to support you. He said, Auntie, I want to well. I said, that's right. Both of y'all can get an E. He said, I said, not an Eden film. I said, she can get her education. You could become an entrepreneur. You can be whatever you want. I said, you want Auntie to find any people, a welder? Let you meet people where you want to go. And so I said, don't be put off when you see people going across and people standing up and they at these signing ceremony, because you're important too. I think we do put a lot of pressure on these. When we think about it, you graduate from your whole life, you're a student. Now all of a sudden you become an adult when you walk across, and sometimes they're not prepared. They might flunk out. They might get pregnant. A lot of things go wrong when that moment you walk across that podium. And I think sometimes I'm a big Public Enemy fan. Don't believe the hype. I think we can hype them up in a way that when failure come, they all of a sudden you were straight A's in school, now you barely struggling. I think people need to balance out the reality. Now, let me get to Jeff Bezos. I like Jeff Bezos. Jeff loves the people. He's for the black and brown. I knew he was for the black and brown. Just a couple of weeks ago, he might have to come out with that engagement because they would say he was romantically involved with Kim Kardashian, who thinks she's black and brown. And people do have issues. I like Jeff. He gave Van $1 million. I sent him a memo. I didn't get mine.
A lot of millions.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up.
Jeff messed with, but it is Van Jones because he and I was. It is. Jeff messed with us. I do. Go ahead. No,
I'm going to say, you brought up Kim Kardashian. I had to teach you about that because apparently Kim Kardashian gave up on Kanye West. We know how much Kanye West wants to be the next Donald Trump and everything. And now apparently she is now allegedly dating and involved with a former football player that was apparently like everybody's golden child if you follow football and everything. But they're saying that Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady are hanging out and are possibly dating. And I'm going like, that's a kind of odd couple, but hey, maybe it'll work. He had Gazelle. Speaking of folks with Latin background.
He's white and bright. He shut that down. He sent out a memo. On another, I don't want to get, I know you got to get off here, boo-boo kitty. So I done got down to the Jamie Foxx, the urban rumor. They're saying Jamie Foxx is also part of the scandal. He and Leonardo DiCaprio and pros with this scandal of this money laundering Ponzi scheme. And Jason Lee came on and said Jamie is not sick. He's in hiding, and he's because the federal marshal and them want him to testify. And this is where this narrative that he's almost dead. I never believed that it. I never believed it. I never believed it, and that made sense. Yeah, but I like Jeff. I know you are pro black as they get. I thought Harriet was more related to me, T, but I think you got Harriet locked down. You just you not what I just
I
use
mean,
that.
it's not that I'm not pro-black, but I mean, I just like to keep it real. Most people who are not black, they fetishize black women and they have a desire to be with a black woman. Not saying that the relationship can't be, platonic and it can't be real. It can be both, but for the most part, most of them want to be with a black woman because they fetishize, what sexual relations would be with, with a sister. You know what I'm
But I
saying?
think we all have rumors. So we said white women always give the best head. We think black men have the big penis. I think we have rumors that culturally we fetishize. I remember I went to Japan. They thought I liked chicken, grape sodas, and watermelon. I said, "Who told you these things?" And I think, like you said, but I think Dr. A, because you are looking all official. Um, I think generationally we're moving away from that. I think blacks will always still be the most hated ethnic and racial people in the world. But I think this younger generation, they had the ears of their mother and grandparents that talked about us. But you got more biracial kids in the world than ever before, and we're moving closer and closer away from that narrative. So the fantasy, it was a rarity that you seen black women with white men. When I would go on dating sites, 80% of people hit me up on the website. Dating site was white. They white. And like you said, better side. And you know what they would tell me? I always wanted to go out with a black woman or date, but y'all seem not to be interested in me. And I said, and you're still right, I'm not interested. But they would say, we just had no interest in them. And when I did
I
date
just
out
don't
of
see
my race,
realities.
when I dated out my race, I did date a white guy in the military. I was harassed by so many of the brothers, and they said if you was brighter and lighter, I would not get mad. But they said you're the black of the berry, the sweeter the juice. We cannot let them have you. And so I think even culturally, when we start thinking dating out our race, and I was harassed. They said, "No, not you, big booty queen. You will not go over there. He don't know what to do with all that booty. You come on back over here."
Oh
They
my
ran
God.
out like, "Oh,
I had a similar experience back in my college days. I mentioned Marquette, and at the time, Coretta Scott King was living, and I went to go hear Coretta Scott King speak a very dynamic speech, speaking of the speakers and all in that way. But I went with a white student friend of mine, a female student, and I can tell you that it was partially sponsored by the Black Student Association. While I may be very light and very bright, as the old expression goes, we come in all shades and all abilities and all in that space. And
UNT."
I do remember that I heard plenty of zebra jokes while I was in the line with this white woman and everything. So there was zebra jokes galore. And when I got to the event, and like I said, it was sponsored by our Black Student Association, I was being shunned by a lot of the sisters, and probably rightfully so, because they saw me with this white girl that I think might have been of German descent or some other kind of
Oh
descent.
wow!
They would give me a very
Not
hard time.
If you
Not
had
you.
if you had social media, the trolling, because
Oh
think
my God,
about
it
when
would have
we
been
have.
crazy. But the thing
But
about it is, most people think that I'm mixed, and I tell them all the time that I'm 100% black. I mean, you may have some, like
I
probably.
struggle with that answer, T. I struggle with that.
Okay, I might have a little bit of something in there, but 99.9.5%, I'm sister. I'm black. You know what I'm saying? So
Wait a
typically
minute, you from
when they're in my
Louisiana.
You're
no,
from
Goddamn, baby.
Louisiana.
I
You
am
from
from Louisiana,
Louisiana. There got to
okay?
be some native in you, even if there's no
Right,
white
It
there.
yeah,
is on
Creole,
both
and
There
sides.
got to be
It is.
some native in there.
It is on both sides, but the thing about it is they think that like I'm exotic. They always say, "Oh my God, you're
you are.
exotic." And I have to let them
You are.
know,
Your
I'm a black
legs are
woman.
longer than my body. Your
I,
legs are
I,
longer than my
ident-
body.
I identify as a black woman, 100% black woman. So I have
You
to
sound
let
like
them know that I'm a black woman. At the end of the day,
you
I'm down
sound
for
like
the
somebody in
cause.
the
I'm down for my
alphabet
cause.
community. You
No,
sound that was an alphabet statement. We said I identify with the black community. What was the white lady that wanted to be black and she said
Rachel
she felt like
Dolezal.
yeah. Hmm.
No, but I mean, I'm black, and I have to let them know that I'm black.
But
Just
does that
I look.
disqualify? Let me ask you:
Huh?
does that disqualify you if you married a white? If you married a white man, people would not let you speak the way you. They said, "Who are you, Doctor Anthony?" All these but you're married to a European man. I have seen black people in the black community. You could be pro.
Ida, hold on a second. Haven't that happened with two of our leaders? Because the last time I checked, and while they might be of mixed heritage or maybe Spanish heritage, both AOC is involved with a white gentleman, and nobody discredits what she speaks about when she goes out speaking. And Kamala Harris, our vice president, is definitely married to a white man, and nobody has discredited her as well.
Well,
So
we they felt some type of way. They did feel,
They
but
did.
see, they don't talk like Dr. A. Dr. A be over in these streets. She like Harry Belafonte, he passed away. And when the first thing, Jim Brown or just
Jim
passed
Brown
away.
just
And the
recently
first
passed away.
thing,
Yes.
and we do look at who's on their shoulder. People love Harry Belafonte, not Sidney Poitier, but his wife was white. And sometimes I
Right.
think when we go on these pro-black movie narrative, must I be married to a black to be truly black? To carry, do I have the right to fight the freedom right fight for you if I'm not married to someone black?
I mean, well, one of the
But
biggest
I mean, it
producers,
doesn't
one of the
matter,
biggest
right?
producers was very much married to a white woman. I think they were married for a long time, and I don't think anybody discounts that Quincy Jones is one of the greatest producers of all times. But wasn't he with that white actress for a number of years until they got divorced fairly recently and all in
And he
that
got
space? But
several
they were
kids.
together forever.
So do some people get a pass, or do we I think, like I said, I know, and I love that she can't stay on here too long and go off, and she's in school, so she can't act. But so we got her, Mark. She can only act up but so much.
We continue this next week. So when
Well,
I'm
what?
in, when I'm back in my studio, then y'all can get the real Dr. Anthony. But this
Oh,
is the
thank you.
professional version.
We
Okay.
need to have her at school. So, what do you think of the black senator from South Carolina, the only black senator, and he's now running for president? Don't
Scott,
I
Oh,
seen you roll your eyes.
You talk about Tim Scott or
Tim
the two
Scott.
black
Yes, he
or the
Oh,
made
two
he's
it.
a
conservative
shucking
black
job.
governors?
He's definitely a shucking job. My thing with him, he has, basically sold out his whole self or whatever, and he wants to be accepted by them so bad. And it shows that they don't accept him. There was a clip that was played when he gave the State of the Union response after
Uh,
I want to say Biden had given his speech, and they were showing that he tried to shake Trump's hand and how Trump purposely ignored him, didn't shake his
I
hand,
remember
and just
that.
went around him. And so my thing is like he's shucking jobs all the time. He kisses ass like there's no tomorrow, and they still only use him to try to merge that black Republican
Mhm.
um business and that black Republican party member to the Republican Party, and that's his only use.
But
They don't.
Dr. Anthony, speaking of shucking and jiving, there are two people that are shucking and jiving their way possibly to the governor's mansion because I think that there is a brother in Kentucky and a brother in North Carolina. And I use that term somewhat loosely because I'm not sure that they know which side of the fence they actually are from and all of that. But they are both having strong chances because I want to say that the
Yeah,
latest
one
polls
of them is
actually have Mark Robinson, the one from North Carolina, winning the governorship here because Josh Stein, who is Jewish American, had some issues around that and around some other issues. And then
Mhm.
the brother over there in Kentucky looks like he might win. So we might have two
but it's no
black
surprise
governors.
there. It's no surprise there because they have basically given up their blackness to cater to them. One is what's his name from Kentucky, the senator
Yeah,
McCain, not McCain, but
I'll get his
he
name.
fell and got a he fell and got a concussion. I can't recall his name, but anyway, he's married. The black guy is married to his daughter, either his daughter or
Yeah,
his granddaughter. So to me,
John McCain.
no, not John McCain. I can't recall his name right at the moment or whatever. But
Mhm.
to me,
Is it
it's like,
McConnell?
huh?
Is it McConnell?
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. That's who it is. So it's like, you can date outside your race, but when you basically give up your race to appease somebody else, then I have a problem with that. You can date
What?
outside your race, but you stay true to who you are, then that's who you are. But when you're over there shucking and jiving and doing things to appease them, because when the whole thing with the black girl getting killed and her boyfriend getting, shot up and things like that or whatever. He basically was against, arresting the police and, stuff like that or whatever. So I had a major problem with that. But, it showed who you were. But they're going to vote for you because they know you are a puppet and you are a yes man and that you're going to do exactly what they say. So, yes, they're going to vote for you. For prime example, they brought Herschel Walker in from Texas over to, Georgia to try to, beat what's his name in the Senate race.
Warnock.
Warnock and
Warnock.
Yeah, Warnock. And by the way, the person in Kentucky that is the black governor candidate is Daniel Cameron. So that is the one.
That's Cameron. He's married to Mitch McConnell's either granddaughter or daughter. So so the thing about it is they know that he's a puppet. They know that he's going to say and do everything that they want him to do. So they don't have a problem with putting him in office and making sure that he has the money to back his campaign and things like that because they know he's a yes person. Now,
but also the white the safest place if a black person would like to switch to the other side, like the guy from the Republican, switch to the other side. And some people there, less than 1% does what Candace Owen have done it very well. Because see, once they realized I don't need the black community said, I have taken your your backyard cookout.
But that's let me stop you right there, Ida. Hold on. But that's just the thing. She did need the black community when they was on that ass when she was younger. When they was on that ass, and she had to contact the NAACP because she was discriminated against. Oh, she was all for the black community. But see, the thing about Candace Owens is what people don't understand is she tried to do the same thing to the Democratic Party that she's doing to the Republican Party, but the Democrats didn't buy her bullshit. So the Republicans, she switched over to the Republican Party, and the Republicans, well, I'm just going to say what the white folks want me to say. I'm going to do this. And she's another shuck and jive. She's shucking and jiving in her pumps and things like that or whatever. So she's
Dr. Anthony, speaking of shucking and jiving, can somebody explain to me why is this state down a little bit further from me in Florida where they are going after Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and the whole Disney empire? I really don't know what Disney did to them, but they got to go after Disney and all that. But apparently Disney's like pulling out $1 billion and all in the business deal because Disney's like, yeah, I'm through with you.
But the thing about it is it's about ignorance and stupidity, and he's very ignorant and he's very stupid. It shows in how he governs. It shows in how he runs things. It shows that he has a lack of knowledge when it comes to certain things. And he's not going to beat Disney. That's what he failed to realize. He's not going to, he doesn't really stand a chance with them. They have put measures in place, even with, their descendants of the royal family. They can't do anything with Disney until the last descendant of the royal family died. And then 21, 30 years after their death has taken place. But even with his policies and procedures that he has now with, making sure that the Hispanics don't have work. So who's going to do the work? Because black people ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to do it? You have construction sites where houses are not being built. You have, farms out there where the fruit is rotting. So, he's one of those ones that he fucked around and found out. You know what I'm saying? And so all the ones that are supporting him, they're in the same situation. Y'all fucked around and found out that y'all don't have people to do those jobs. And then you're reaching out to black people and saying, hey, do y'all want extra work? Do y'all want this? Do y'all want? And the black people are like, no, I'm done with that. I don't want this. I don't want that. But y'all need to understand, those people that you're supporting and those bullshit ass laws and policies that are being put on the books. When you support that stuff, you have to understand that there's consequences that come with that stuff.
No, I agree. But speaking of folks that like to speak their mind, there is a certain comedian and entertainer that loves to speak his mind. And apparently later on this year, he is going to be honored with the 2023 Entertainment Person of the Year. And I know that on the occasion we have mentioned this gentleman's name, but what is your thoughts around the fact that apparently the fine folks there at Cannes have decided that they like Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart is going to get that award, and we don't know that Kevin Hart can sometimes speak out on a variety of issues, but he is going to be the 2023 Entertainment Person of the Year.
I mean, I don't have a problem with him getting an award. My thing is, you have to stay true to yourself. I mean, even in my professional career, in my personal career, I'm always going to stay true to myself. And people know that I speak my mind, I speak my piece. And if it's something that I have convictions on, you're not changing anything. And I'm very deliberate when I say things, and I don't apologize. If you have ever heard me apologize for anything, I don't. So, I'm very intentional, and I say what I say, and I mean what I mean. Because you have people, oh, I'm gonna backbite my words, I'm gonna do this. No, I said what I said, and I meant what I meant. I'm not backbiting anything. Because if I didn't mean it, so what I'm gonna do? Give out an empty apology? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. No, I meant every word that I said. Period. And that's just the bottom line.
But speaking of folks that like to speak their mind, apparently David Chappelle has got in trouble because he went out to the West Coast and he basically said that San Francisco is an effed up city, and he was trying to figure out what happened to San Francisco since apparently he used to live out that way, and he also was not too pleased with some of the things that were being done to defend the trans community. So what is your thoughts? Because apparently David Chappelle is doing all kinds of...
He's not worried about them. You know what I'm saying? He's not worried about what, because he basically says what he want to say anyway, But my thing is with the trans community, how can you in one capacity want to, live your life and do what you want to do, but then you over here telling women who are natural born women that they can't be natural born women and they can't support and, do what natural born women do. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. You can't be over here talking about trans and I can do X, Y, Z, but then you coming back with some backlash over, natural women and, things like that. Because my thing is, you do what you want to do. You be who you want to be, I don't have a problem with that. But when you sitting over here telling me and criticizing me as a natural born woman that I can't say this and I can't do that, then I have a problem with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with you before, but when you tell me I can't do X, Y, and Z, or I can't have an opinion on this, but you can have an opinion and you can do X, Y, and Z. Now we got issues. I have a brother that's considered trans. You know what I'm saying? And I told people, I was like, we siblings, we fight. I was gonna fuck him up. I'm just gonna be real with you. And I was like, they wasn't gonna look at it as sibling rivalry. They was gonna look at it, oh, Dr. Anthony fucked up a trans or a gay person. You know what I'm saying? No, this the little brother. This is what happens in Black households. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? So when we go at it, we go at it. It has nothing to do with trans, gay, mixed, whatever. We fight like cats and dogs. We fight like siblings, sibling rivalry.
But at the end of the day, they will still regard your brother
exactly.
They will say because when we see trans men trans interfacing with women in a physical capacity, they still look at the T versus the testosterone versus the estrogen. And so you got certain areas, like you said, I think in reference to Kevin Hart, I think he done a very good marketing branding. He got with Sam's Club. He's everywhere. Every time you turn the TV, he's doing gambling. So, I think his branding, because people, we talk about these sectors. The sad part, years ago, we needed the Black community for certain things. We need, and once the world globally realized, no matter what you do in the Black community, they're gonna still spend money. We can focus on someone. So the focus went on the LBG community. They said, okay, someone got a couple of leaders in here we can manipulate and partner with. And so when you think about a branding and a marketing, like I love how Dr. A, regardless of what the consequences are, and I think from a marketing, Kevin wants to be now known as an actor and an entertainer, so he had to dial back, and so he had to revamp from a publishing, and you got that. The alphabet people are up there with the AARP and such, and the Black community used to have heat with them. But now, because we don't have a clear-cut leader in the political industry, the entertainment, and I think now we just not sell out, we have a price. Some people, they said, well, do you want to be rich or do you want to be famous? People say, why can't I be both? Okay, then these are some of the relationships. Like Dave Chappelle said, I wouldn't have apologized. He would have been you. I'm not going to apologize what I said 10 years ago because I meant it 10 years ago. Like you got the boy, this rapper, I think he's Boosie, and he just said outrageous stuff. and he stands on it. I remember, you have people who would say, if my son or daughter comes out being gay, I'm going to do such and such. And they will go and pull these videos up for 10 and 15 years ago. Is it fair? Absolutely not. Do we have the right to change our mind? Do we have the right to speak our truth? When I think of you, you're unapologetically you all the time. But I tell you, when you deal with a person like you, most people will be you behind closed doors. Most of you will be you when nobody's watching. The fact that you're bold to say, "Oh, wherever I go, I'm unapologetically me," So, and I think, like you said, when we get into people, like I said, I think Candace Owens said, "I can make money being this way." Now, do I think she's now like that? Now, I think she is. I think she tried. These people, just like we talk about Kevin Sim, may his soul rest in peace. These people wanted a niche. They were Black people that they said, I want my voice to be heard. The Black community didn't want me. I went over there and I woke up the next day and the white people had accepted me. Of course, of course they're going to, you say, you a Black person saying this about, come over here. And stuff. So I think these are some difficult lines for people to cross. You remember Van Jones, you have certain Black people that once they cross over, they then say, well, you got to be so filthy that it doesn't matter. See, Dave Chappelle is so rich now, he can say what he wants to say and still walk amongst his own people. And also Dave says what people say when nobody's watching. But Kevin Hart,
along those same lines, there is a star in our community that apparently is getting some pushback because when she went to her Oscar party, apparently the dress did not leave much to be the imagination, and that is the lovely singer Ciara and all in that space. But I was just wondering your thoughts, because apparently she's having to defend her Vanity Fair Oscar party, what they are calling a naked dress, and it just looks like it's showing a lot of back to me. I don't know how far it goes down and all in that space, but apparently folks are saying, hey, that's a little bit too much.
You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Because at the end of the day, I used to go through stuff like that when I was, growing up in my father's church, your daughter dressed like this, your daughter do this. Because, I've always been the rogue one or whatever. Out of all my father's kids, most people don't know I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid. So, they would always say, I remember one time that I was sitting in my father's church and I had on like this tennis skirt with some shorts and like a tank top or something like that or whatever. So we were sitting there in gospel choir rehearsal. So the lady comes and she tries to throw a sheet over my leg. So I took the sheet and threw it off. Don't come over here throwing no sheet on my leg. You know what I'm saying? You can ask me if I want to cover up. At the end of the day, I'm still grown. I am a grown woman. Don't come over here covering me up. If you have a problem with something that I have on, then you come talk to me personally. And then she was like, I'm just going to talk to your father. What he going to do? I'm grown. What he going to do? And so he was like, although my father and I talked about it, he was like, baby, they was just, trying to cover you. I said, I understand that. But at the same time, I'm grown. I wear what I want to wear. You don't tell me what I cannot wear. I said the skirt actually has shorts on. It has shorts attached to it. So, if she would have came over and talked to me, I would have told her that it is actually shorts instead of, just a short little mini skirt. It's one of those, tennis skirts that has the shorts. But my thing is, at the end of the day, Ciara's grown. I'm not paying her bills.
No,
you're not paying mine. So why are you worried about what she got going on? If I want to go out here butt ass naked, guess what I'm going to do? Go out here butt ass naked. You're not paying my bills. When I'm swiping that card at Louis, Gucci, and all that stuff, when my personal shoppers are calling me on the phone, who card they swiping? Mine.
Well, I 100% disagree with you. And the reason I say why she can't do it, and the City Girl can, and Megan Thee Stallion can, and Cardi B can, because they did not market themselves to be family friendly. And when she decided that she was going, no. Let me tell you why she's wrong, and that's why she will continue to get dragged. She and her marketing and branding and publicist decided that they wanted her to have a certain type of image. I like Ciara. I think but then where she messed up, if she didn't come in, I put that prayer in for a godly husband. If she had not made that one statement, this young lady's an entertainment, gorgeous, drop dead. What the point is, she began to get a fan base because of Russell Wilson. She got a fan. See,
I get it. But at the end of the day,
and so therefore,
but that goes back to your girl that you talked about, Megan Good. That goes back to your girl that you talked about, Megan Good, because the church system, the church folks did not like her because they felt that she was too out there to be with her husband. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what you want. At the end of the day, it's about what he wants and what she wants. And he came to her defense. My wife can wear this. My wife can do this, this, and the other. You know,
and they showed him otherwise. They showed him otherwise.
And that's why I tell my father right to this day, I cannot work in your church because
that's right. That's right.
But the thing about it is,
but now Megan's back on the street.
Memphis gonna be over there chastising me when we in the club shucking our ass at the same goddamn time. You know what I'm saying?
But now Megan Good, which is I totally against it. She's using now she's in this fake relationship with that guy from Creed after he got out these battles.
I hope not. I hope it's fake.
I know, but see, she's trying just like P. Diddy and City Girl, and he tried to do it with Steve Harvey's daughter, but she was too much of the streets, and they couldn't. These are partnership. Megan Good marrying that guy hurt her brand. She's an actress. She's a beautiful girl. And they had some naivety. And so as long as I think he was a producer and he was a minister, he should not have engaged the Christian Hippocratic community and brought her over there. But he wanted to sell those books. I didn't have sex for 10 years. Now I'm with her. So these are marketing and branding mistakes. That young lady,
I think their relationship was about the money because if you do, listen. If you follow the money, because like when you're married in California for 10 years, regardless of anything, the wife automatically gets half of your whatchamacallit. So he broke it off at the cusp of 10 years. I don't think it was anything else except the money because
he wanted children. And she didn't want to tear up that big. And she back dealing with people on the street because, like I said, I love them, but I never thought they was a good partnership. You're bringing,
but it goes back to those premarital conversations. Everybody doesn't want kids, but the whole
but now she says she wants some. Now she's not married.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna let you make it. I'm 49. I'm not. You're
not gonna have any kids. You're not gonna rush and get kids, even though some people are saying that there is a need for the foster folks because a lot of folks are.
Maybe I had one of them. That's a whole other conversation for a whole other day. Not on this segment of this show.
Stop.
Not on this segment of this show.
Stop it.
So no, Dr. Anthony will still on that one on another day on another show. But I got you, Mark. I will address it. But
I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on the show that day, Mark. Whatever day that is, you don't send me.
Don't leave me hanging. Don't do that. Don't leave me hanging, Ida. But
I don't mess with the children.
I know we're getting ready to wrap up. I know you got to get to that awards and everything. But just really quickly, apparently Usher, and a lot of people are big fans of Usher, has got an honorary degree. So sometimes those honorary degrees can be wonderful. And apparently Usher has got an honorary degree from Berkeley. So he's got a music honorary degree in that space. I don't know if y'all have any thoughts about honorary degrees and the fact that Usher, a major music person, has recently received his honorary degree.
More power to him. I mean, I really don't have no thoughts surrounding.
I like, Black China just got an honorary doctorate degree from some religious school, and people are dragging, and they say she paid for it. Honorary just that is not real. It don't mean anything because we found out when they got tired of on Jello Pudding Man, they took all those degrees away and took those titles away.
Give my man his degrees back. Give him his money back.
Oh my God, I shouldn't have said his name. I didn't say his name. I didn't say the Jello Pudding.
Give my man his degrees back, but they didn't ask that money either.
And Chester the molester. We don't say these people in the orange people. Mark, you were supposed to intervene.
Another conversation for another day. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I have to cut the show short today because I have to be downstairs to give out these awards to these amazing kids and support them. So on next week, I do want to talk about Meghan and Prince Harry, the whole fiasco that happened in New York. I also want to talk about his side chick, not Meghan, but I'm talking about King Charles' side chick, consort Queen Camilla, and her relationship and how she feels about Prince Harry and him not really supporting her being, queen and things like that. So I do want to address that. But give it up to the side chicks. It's hope out there for all you bitches. But she's the number one. She became queen. She's queen side chick. Come on now.
She just said give it up for the side chick. As if the side chicks are getting some goalie and all of that. We're giving up to the side chicks now, and I didn't jump in on this one. I'm surprised, but we're giving up to the side chicks.
But no, I wasn't giving her thumbs up. I was letting her go. And you see, I was like this, Mark. I was like this. Now, Sheba in the Bible was a side chick until Solomon made her. But God never called her a queen. He said, "Wife of Uriah." So go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trick these women. Don't trick these women.
Side chicks next.
Don't trick these women out here, Dr. A, telling people you got side chicks are winning. No. You see, she did real good.
I'm just saying, there's hope out there for the side chicks. There's hope out there.
Go to the children. Go to the children. Go to the children. Go to the children.
We're gonna discuss it on the next show. We're gonna discuss it on the next show. And I have some more topics.
The side chick gets the real prize.
That got the real prize. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry, the show is cut like 15 minutes short. I have to go downstairs and pass out these awards to these amazing kids. Thank you guys for supporting. Make sure you click like and share, and check us out on YouTube. And we're hosted in 12 different countries, 12 different languages. So if you're not getting it in English, you can catch it in one of those other languages and on one of those other times. And Mark, we need to discuss some things at a later date. And Ida, we need to go to dinner and have some drinks.
Yes, celebrate. Absolutely.
Everybody else, the clock on the wall is not saying that's all, but I have to leave. I have to go.
No, the clock on the wall says you got to go give the awards to those kids. I'm here to get us all out of here, me and Ida and everybody. Even though y'all both got to give me some Louisiana food and some other things, or a trip to DC or a trip to Louisiana, because I'm tired of these other visits. So, all right.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Talk to y'all later.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the All Around. I'm your gracious host, Dr. Anthony. Please tune in on Mondays at 6 p.m. for your entertainment purposes. We will hit current topics, old topics, and everything else in between. Be there or be square. Deuces, my loves.